Hey everybody, how's it going? It's the Chris OBG, and welcome to I don't know how much you were actually waiting for it. If you were, I apologize. But quote-unquote long-awaited Ep.7 of the NotPodcast. A lot of cool things coming up in this episode that I hope will work for the better. Who knows, though? Anyway, I'm joined once again, as always, by the boss man. Hey, boss man, how's it going?
I am good, my friend. How are you today?
I'm okay.
Excellent. It's going to be a fun one today.
Oh, yes, all the times. And this may be in two parts because we got a little bit of a late start, but that's okay because we can always record another time. So we're going to get a couple of things out here first, and with the channel news, we're going to get the channel news out of the way. We've got 2 new subscribers in the span of time between the last episode and this one, so it's nice to have you 2 new people. Most people get growth of like 100,000 subscribers in a day, but that's not our life. So, we take what we can get. Watch time is up, which is always good. It's not up past what it was a month ago, but it is up from what it was 2 weeks ago. So that's a win to me. So I'm doing all right. Things are okay. We're on the up. Channel is growing it's steadily for what the channel does, so that's good. So what's been new with you, boss man?
Work. Always trying to get new clients, trying to get people buying my stuff. Being an artist, I quit my job for this. It's not as easy as I thought it would be.
Well, but things never really are.
Never is, but that's life. You either live happy or you just fucking live.
All right, so today we got a new segment we're gonna try out and stuff, and try is a very broad term because I don't know what to expect. I don't know if people are gonna like it or whatever, but we're gonna start off with this because I want to get the phone calls done right away, because then there's everything else can be done without too much planning and stuff. You just get together and talk about Hypothetical 5 and the topics we have. But the phone calls is a little bit more intense because you got to put the number out there. You got to wait for people. So we're going to have, now I'm going to put this in the tweet. I'm going to tweet about it in a second. We're going to have Star Wars The Last Jedi opinions based on the trailer. You've seen the trailer. It's all good. People are excited for it, I'm sure. We can give our own things, too, when people call in, and we can ask what they think, and they can ask what we think. But, so I'm going to put the number out there right now and see if anyone calls. We're going to record it live here. Now, like I said, this number, you can get it from... I'm not going to release the number vocally on the podcast. You'll have to look at the tweet to get it because I'm not going to dox myself that way. And this phone will not always be on, so there you go. I think this is the right one. Yes, so we're going to put the number out there right now, and while we're doing that, we're going to give our thoughts of what we think of. Now, did you see the Last Jedi trailer, boss man?
Yeah, it looks like it might be pretty decent.
Well, yeah, it's Star Wars, right?
Well...
No?
Not everything Star Wars is good.
No, that's true.
Look at the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
I stand by that. People can hate me. They can bash me. I'm sorry. The Phantom Menace, it hurts. It hurts to talk about.
Yeah, it was not that great, even though it made a whole bunch of money.
It's funny because my favorite to this day is still Revenge of the Sith. I don't know why. I love the fact that he turns to Vader. To this day, that one's still probably one of my favorites. Aside from Jedi.
Yeah, Return of the Jedi.
That is...
The Empire Strikes Back is considered as the best, strongest one of the original trilogy. But Jedi, yes, is pretty good too.
I remember seeing Jedi in the theater. It's the only one I got to see. So I was kind of like... That one was the shit for me growing up.
Yeah. So I'm just putting a tweet out there to call us up. Now, it's going to be weird to get phone calls right away because people are going to be like, hello, who's this? It's like, it's the NotPodcast, all that stuff. So, I guess I can't really say that you don't feel weird because you haven't called yet. This would have to be live in order for you to feel weird. But yeah,
it's all for fun.
Yeah, right. And yeah, so I am just finishing this up.
Should have had this prepped, man. Prepped.
Well, you didn't want me to put the phone number out there before we started.
It's a suspense, man. You got to keep them wanting.
All right, so the number is out there. So we're going to turn this up, and we're just going to talk until somebody calls, which is always fun. So anyway, yeah, so my opinion on the new Star Wars, of course, I'm a big fan of Daisy Ridley, so I like her all the time. And, they made this really cute video announcing this contest. Of course, I just like the crap out of that. But, again, I don't like the title so much because it says The Last Jedi, and that kind of makes me think they're going to kill off Luke, and I don't think my body is ready for that. What do you think?
Well, they killed off Han in the last one, and you know what? Harrison Ford himself said he needed Han to die.
Yeah.
So you know what? Sometimes to continue a story, as much as it hurts, as much as you hate it, sometimes the good guys gotta go.
Well, and Harrison Ford wanted Han to die anyway.
Yeah, he wanted him to die a long time ago.
Yeah. So you know.
But you know what? Mark Hamill is a little bit better shape, a little bit younger. Maybe he's not ready to go yet. It's all up in the air. Let's see. I'm pretty excited to see it, and I haven't been excited for a Star Wars movie in a long time.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be pretty fun. Did you see Rogue One? Because a lot of people thought Rogue One tied things together really well.
It did. It was good. It was good.
I know immediately after I watched Rogue One, I wanted to go home and watch A New Hope. That's how much of an impact it made on me.
See, my wife is a Star Wars fan. I like Star Wars, but she loves Star Wars. So to her, it tied everything together, as a lot of my friends did. They're like, it tied everything together. It made the movie make sense. I thought Rogue One was a great story. It could have been a good story on its own, but it made it just as good a story with The New Hope.
Yeah, and I needed to watch them. I needed to watch them back to back because it made such a impact on me. I was like, this ties everything together that we've been wondering about for the last 40 years, you know? Like, what happened with those Bothan spies? You know, who are the people in Rogue One, right?
Yeah.
And what happened to them, and how did they do it, and how did they end up dying? Because I don't want to put spoils, but yes, it's the classic ending that people always say happens in this movie. I'm not going to say what it is, but when you ask people what happened in the movie, it's the default answer they always give you. That really happens in this one. You know what I mean, right?
I do.
Yeah, it's the joke answer that everybody gives, but that is what happens. And it makes perfect sense because in A New Hope, she's like, all these Bothan spies died to give us this information. And yeah, I guess it just gave it away. But not all of them die. You make up your own thing.
You got to watch it.
Yeah, it unfolds so great. So,
and even new people coming to Star Wars, that's a big thing too, is it's, you know, new fans of the series, you got your diehards that are just in love with Star Wars. And, you know, I have friends that would live, die, breathe, and eat it if they could.
Right?
Right?
Nom that Star Wars.
Nom the shit out of that. And that's what this movie does. It brings a bunch of new fans. I think that's what this new series will do. It's going to get a lot of new people liking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with this new one, as long as we see Luke do something. My biggest fear is he's just going to stand there, and yeah,
yeah,
you know what I mean.
And, well, that's I saw an interview he did at a con and stuff, and he said, I thought I worked out for all this time. He said, and I did all this training and stuff. And then I find out I'm just going to be getting past a lightsaber and standing there for like on a still, like
for a minute and a half.
Yeah, and it was like he thought he was going to do so much more, and yet he was just standing there getting handed a lightsaber, and he was so surprised that he didn't have more of a role. Right?
It was very disappointing. Like I get what they were doing with it. The dramatic ending with Luke. Oh God, he's coming back.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as long as they don't do that in this next one and have Luke do nothing.
Yeah, that would be a real waste of his talent.
Wow. For the diehard fans, they'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Right? You want to see Luke wield that lightsaber again.
You want to see him kick some ass.
30 years you've been watching him do it, so you want to see him do it again. Whether he lives, dies, whatever, you want to see Luke.
And it's really unfair because Luke only got to really fight Darth Vader. He never got to fight droids or anything like the other ones did.
Not really, yeah.
He wasn't on the battle of wherever it was in, the big arena battle.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see Luke do any of that. All those other Jedis got all kinds of battles showing, but really Luke's biggest battle was with his father. So...
Isn't that everyone's biggest battle?
Right? Yeah, that's everybody's biggest battles with their family. That's a good
right.
point, yeah.
My dad's dead, so I won that one.
Yeah, outlast, right? But so we never got to see him do anything with his dad, like other than fight his dad. So we never got to see him fight droids or other things or whatever.
And that's the whole thing. He's supposed to be this great Jedi, right? But we haven't seen him be great.
Yeah.
So hopefully.
Exactly.
Hopefully. That's why I loved Revenge of the Sith so much. Is you saw Anakin's character change, develop. Everyone kind of went, ugh, this guy's terrible. But then he changed. His character developed, and yeah, it wasn't as a letdown as I thought anyway.
Yeah. No, that's true. But, so I was just checking the number. We gave the right number, so...
You know what? And if it doesn't happen today, we're going to load it next time as well.
Yeah.
That's the goal, is to have fun with it.
Maybe people will know the numbers out there.
Yeah, and there's always next time. This is supposed to be fun, get people out there chatting, shooting the breeze.
Now you guys can't see this, but I have an art book, a sketchbook next to me here, and it's got all kinds of unfinished drawings. And so the boss man is going through and finishing them all. So now it's like I haven't done half of the drawings in there, and he's going in and finishing them all. I'm like, well, then that's not gonna.
Oh, it'll sell.
It doesn't help me.
Hell, it does. It gives you have to add on to it now.
Oh, see, then there's something I have to do after all.
Oh, yeah. I'm not just going to give these away, man. You're working for these. You got me doing podcasts. We'll podcast for food.
Right?
Right.
I'll draw your family for a pork chop,
Actually, I've done that, dude.
What? No.
Yeah, man. Not for a pork chop, but yeah, I did pay my groceries last week.
Well, hey,
food.
Everybody needs food.
To each their own.
Yeah. Well, see, that would have taken me for. I put the thing in and his
tie. You should say he put his tie in because
yeah.
you say his thing where people.
Well, no, I made his mouth and his nose.
You did perfect.
Well, we're talking about Fred Flintstone. I can draw a pretty good Fred Flintstone. I don't think there's anything else in there that's not completed.
Oh, that's okay. We're doing this just to keep ourselves busy as we do the podcast.
Yeah.
Waiting for some phone calls.
So now, based on topics, while we're going on, let's do some Hypothetical 5 because we talked about Star Wars for a good 8 or 9 minutes. You can still call us up and talk about that. We haven't gotten any calls yet. I guess you would know that if you're listening to this, but whatever. But yes, so now I get to go first in Hypothetical 5 this week, and which is weird because I don't have a question on the top of my head to ask. So I'm going to come up with one based on what we are talking about. And my hypothetical question is going to be this. If you could live in... and it's like the time traveling one, but it's not.
Oh boy.
But it's probably going to be another hard one.
Great.
So if you could live in 5 film universes, Okay, what would your character type be in those film universes, and what would you do? What would your function be if you could pick 5 film universes to live in?
5 universes.
You could live in now. Remember, the DC and Marvel are 2 different universes.
I totally gotcha.
So,
totally gotcha.
if you wanted to live in one of those, so pick 5.
Pick 5.
And what would you be, or what would your function be?
Harry Potter would be pretty damn cool.
Yeah, what would you be in the Harry Potter universe?
I'd probably be one of Malfoy's assholes.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd want to be a douche?
I'd be a douchebag. I'd probably be a
You filthy mudbloods. That's the boss man. Boss man is pro anti-mudblood.
That I'd be in like one of the worst houses, and I'd be like, "Let's get our shit together, people." You know, the other houses are kicking our ass, Slytherin. You know what I mean? Gryffindor, like they're whooping our shit at Quidditch.
Let's kill him because you're anti-mudblood.
We're Quidditch bitches.
So you would be like, let's poison the other team, you know?
Oh no, we'd take them out in the field, man. That's how I'd roll.
Oh no, see, I guess it's the Harry Potter universe. So you'd like put hexes on them or something to make them.
I would Ravenclaw the shit out of their throat. That's what I would do.
Oh geez.
So there's one. DC universe. I'd be a bad guy. I would love to be a bad guy because, you know what? They have the best villains ever. The Joker is the shit. He is the greatest villain. He is my favorite by far. So, yeah, I'd definitely be a villain if I was in the DC universe.
You would work for the Joker?
Oh, I would so work for the Joker.
Or would you be so good that you would overtake him?
No, he'd shoot me in the face.
Yeah.
Joker doesn't... Yeah, he'd kill me.
He doesn't fuck around.
He doesn't fuck around. I would like... Yeah. I'd be like a fat version of Harley Quinn. Yeah, we're good.
Oh, geez.
Marvel Universe. I'd probably be some kind of mutant hanging around, the X Mansion, like, mooching off
Xavier,
living off his food, his time, his money. I'd be like,
it's like, are you officially a mutant? Like, do you have the papers? Yeah, sure, I'll get them next week. Be like Trump's tax returns.
See, there you go.
Everyone, Xavier would be like, I need your actual authentic birth certificate that shows you're a mutant. I'll get it to you. Just let me live here a bit longer.
It's on my to-do list.
Yeah,
I'd be like, my mother's 4th cousin is a mutant, so yeah, therefore I'm pulling my mutant card. Yeah. So there's 3. I'm trying to think of a couple more. God, this is hard, man. This is not easy. What about like the Muppet universe? Is that considered a verse? Because you got your Muppets, you got your Fraggles, you got your Sesame Street.
Muppets inhabit the real world, but I guess you'd be like, if Muppets were real in this world, then would you be, if you are a Muppet, if you choose to be a Muppet, then you'd be in the Muppet universe. But the Muppet universe also coexists in the real world.
So I'm trying to think of, yeah. See, this is hard, man. New universes are crazy. See, I'm an old school guy. I'm like a He-Man Masters of the universe. Right?
Yeah.
Because that crosses over into DC, but it's still its own version. Because they transform back and forth with everybody. They go against Thundercats. So that'd be cool. Again, I'd probably be one of Skeletor's henchmen. I'd be, like Mothman or something.
Mothman.
Slothman.
Slothman?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a very good power.
You know what? It's okay.
You do everything slow as fuck.
If you ever watch Merman, what the fuck does he really do? You watch...
bringing back the tax thing, the Slothman could be like everybody's tax person, and he could he annoys all the superheroes by doing their taxes super fucking slow. That's his super villain power.
And not letting them write off all their damages.
Yeah, he's like, I'll get to Superman's taxes next year. It takes him a year to file the taxes.
But would he claim under Clark Kent or Superman?
Well, it would take Slothman like a year just to figure out which one he's got a tax under.
Tax fraud, he would fuck him over so quick.
And
how do you really, like, as Bruce Wayne, how would you really write off, like, a batarang? Really? Do you write that shit off?
I wonder if he's got... I wonder if because it is tax season now in Canada where we are. I wonder if he has to write off all the things and damages he does to the city and things. As Bruce Wayne, he's definitely got the money, but does he have to, like, file give money to the city? And, Commissioner Gordon's like, okay, that'll be $1 million for the building. That'll be $2 million for the window repair. All that shit, right? It's like, what's the damage, right? Your fourth one.
Well, that's just technically my third or fifth because is the Muppets really one or no? Because
well, like I said, the Muppets.
Because there's so many things in that world. Like you have your labyrinth, you have.
If you're talking about that, the Jim Henson universe.
The Jim Henson universe, right? See, out of all that, Labyrinth would be pretty kick-ass.
You wouldn't want to be stuck in the labyrinth. I mean, Hoggle doesn't make the best friend unless you're loaded with jewelry.
And it sure beats hanging out with Pluto, you know.
And even then, Hoggle would steal your jewelry and probably leave you at the first sign of trouble anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So,
and sitting there having a conversation.
You know,
with Pluto
he says, should you need us with a big old huge ass asterisk?
Yeah.
It's like,
should you? But don't call.
Yeah, you might not really need us, but should you need us? But don't need us. You know,
yeah.
That's
Please
Hoggle.
don't need us.
That's the way Hoggle works.
That's where I'd be. So that would be my fourth universe. For my last universe, it'd have to be the Star Wars universe.
Yeah. Now, what would you be in the Star Wars universe?
I'd either be an Ewok because I'm a short, fuzzy little dude, or I'd definitely be a Stormtrooper because I'm a terrible shot and I would seriously shoot at the ceiling and miss Han and Luke every chance I got.
Yeah. Well, maybe you could aim a bit higher and become the first sharpshooter of the Stormtroopers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be me. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people.
You know why none of them ever become sharpshooters? Because they're all based off one clone. And Jango Fett was a pretty fucking terrible shot. Which doesn't make sense because his son's like a really good shot.
Yep.
So maybe it skips a generation. I don't know.
Great, so my son will be an excellent Stormtrooper. Excellent. So yeah, there's my 5. There's my 5 universes.
All right, well, now you can give me a hypothetical question, and I will come up with 5 things. What is it?
Well, we all bitch and complain about our jobs. We've talked before about dream jobs. Remember a couple podcasts ago you said you like to write musicals? I want 5 of the absolute worst careers that are possible for you.
Oh.
And why? Because you know what? We all have our opinions on shit jobs. You got people say, I hate my job at McDonald's, or I hate my job here, I hate my job cleaning toilets, I hate my job, punching numbers. There's got to be 5 things that you would literally, the last fucking thing on earth you would do.
Oh, jeez.
I want 5 things and why. Why do you hate them so bad that you would never do it as a living? Go.
Yeah, so well, I'm pausing because I'm just thinking about it. Like, I know one for sure, is, that, there's these people out, who do the sewage for Walmart and shit. And literally. And, and I don't think I would ever be able to do that. And no matter how much they paid me, I would just be so overwhelmed because I have such a sensitive nose. And you just walk by Walmart when they're doing that stuff.
Oh, I just thought it was the people that live behind there that sell that.
All right.
All this time, who knew?
Yeah, eh? But no.
Those rich people stink too. That's all I thought because of those high-end houses behind Walmart.
Oh shit. Literally. But yeah, no, I don't think I could do that. That would be one of the worst jobs I could ever get.
Okay. Definitely be a shitty job.
Yeah.
Keep going.
You think?
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, you'd be up to your nuts in it.
But,
it's your nuts
so, another terrible job. Well, you know what? This is, people are going to be like, well, this goes against what your current job is, because as people know, I said I work at Schmachmanolds, and I do trucks there and stuff. But working in a fast food place in the kitchen would be my 4th worst thing. These aren't ranked like tolerablest to worst. Like, these are in no specific order. There's no severity to whatever number. It's just 5 I couldn't do. But because I would be fired from doing that if that was the case. Because I would be overwhelmed. People shouting things at me, telling me to do this and this and this, and I have to run and everything. I'd be so inefficient. I'd doubt myself because I doubt myself all the time when I'm in stressful situations. And I would not be very good at that.
Just kitchen in general.
Yeah, working in a kitchen for a restaurant. No.
You know what? It's funny. I've never worked fast food. Never. And I don't think I ever want to. And I think it's one of the hardest jobs out there. Because people are mean. People are rude. People's expectations are incredibly high. And you get paid crap to do it. that's why a lot of teenagers take it, because it's a fast, easy job to get in and out of. Mm-hmm. That's only 2. Let's go.
Oh, well...
3 more.
Yeah, okay, so... excuse me. For a third one, well, obviously, you could say working with old people is like, oh, that's such a douchebag thing to say. You don't want to work with old people?
Yeah, they won't remember.
No, there's a difference. It's my third one because I don't want to wash or change old people. When you bring that into the equation, then I'm thinking people are like, oh, I understand where he's coming from. Like, I don't want to give a sponge bath to some old biddy, no matter how good her stories are.
Some guys pay extra for that.
All
right. So that one I could see some people not liking as well.
Yeah, I mean, and I have no problem with the old people, but it's just I don't want to touch their bodies,
It's a contact thing, gotcha.
And plus I don't think if I developed a relationship with 1 or 2 or 3 of them or however many of them and they died, that would really affect me, right? Getting real for a second, right? So,
okay.
I wouldn't be really into that. That would be sucky.
2 more? Those are good so far.
2 more. So, for a fourth one, you know what? This is probably just one that everyone's like, but you would love it. But I did apply to work in a casino, but I don't think I could actually work in one because it would be like stewing myself in my worst habit and expecting to get better at it, like get better at not doing it. Right? You know what I mean?
It would be. I do.
It would be like torture because once you work at the casino, you can't go there and play because it's a conflict of interest. But I go to casinos all the time, and I'd be like, oh, it's torture. I'm here every day. I see all the machines. I know when the new machines are coming in. I can't play them. I'd probably quit just so I could gamble before my first paycheck, because I have such a bad problem with that. So that would be my fourth one. And for the last one, and
I mean, you have to hate this.
Yeah, no, I know. The fifth one,
and I mean, you have to despise this job,
I'm sure I could think of. Something. Like I'm having a problem thinking of something because I don't like. I could say it when I actually have it on my mind. And I could be like, oh, I would fucking hate that. But right now, I just can't think of one because I don't, well, okay. I mean, I don't fully like my current job, but that doesn't count because I have that job. So,
Good thing your bosses don't hear this.
Yeah, right? But, yeah, please don't fire me.
I need the money.
Okay, you know what it would be?
What?
Working for Pepsi. There you go. I would fucking hate that. That is actually a good answer. I could not work there because I would never want to drink the shit, and if you don't drink your own product where you work, then you're not allowed to fucking work there.
Fired.
Yeah, Pepsi sucks.
Next week's 5 are gonna hurt.
At least if you hook me up with Kendall Jenner, I might work there for 1 shift. But you
have to bathe her. Well, that's Caitlin.
No. You have to bathe my mother / father in order to hook up with me. Oh,
there you go.
Can I choose between that or a Pepsi? Oh,
you'll drink the Pepsi, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, I'll take the Pepsi.
See, I win that one. That one is mine.
I guess I'll do no trans hate.
No,
now, funny thing, people are gonna probably say, "What the fuck, Chris?" But I'll admit he's coming out with nudes. He's gonna do a nude photo shoot. She. Oh, I'm gonna look at it. I'm putting it out there. I'm making it public.
We can't be friends anymore, man.
I'm gonna look at it. I will not fap. I swear to Christ, I will not fap. But I'm gonna look just because I have to. Because what is it gonna be like when you're at the end of your life and you say, "Damn, I wish I could have got a chance to see those Caitlyn Jenner nudes." Who's gonna fucking say that?
Only you.
Okay, well, maybe rethink this.
Thanks for playing, folks. Time to go home.
I don't think anybody's gonna be on their deathbed and saying, "Man, I really wish I could have seen fucking Caitlyn Jenner's innie outie."
Only Caitlin herself. I wish I would have done better first. Nice
Okay, well, this went downhill really quick.
And we just lost those new viewers you got.
Yeah, they're gone. They're gone.
All done.
Oh, Chris is a fucking transphobic cunt. Oh, there you go.
Yes, folks, he is.
Oh.
All right, next.
So the serious shit, and we've got 7 minutes about to talk about it. We haven't got any phone calls, so...
It's okay, it opens up for next time, man.
Yeah, I mean, you could still call now, but I guess it doesn't make sense to say that because we're not live. So hopefully we do get some phone calls, and if we do, that'd be great.
If not, next time we're going to give it up live, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll put it on, I even put the number on Facebook. But okay, so the Syria bombing stuff, and the giant bomb that was dropped on Afghanistan. What do you think about this? And do you think it's just a megalomaniac bombing things just as a show of power, or do you think it's just because Trump's just that stupid?
You know what? This kind of subject really bothers me. I really hate anything to do with the bombings. I'm a non-violent guy. I talk a big game, but you know what? It's all just garbage. I remember when 9/11 hit, and I was sitting in a house by myself watching it on TV, and I phoned my wife to say, "What the fuck?" Right? Too many people die over presidential bullshit. Everybody has their opinion on politics, religion. To me, too many people die over money.
Yeah.
Right? That's what it's about. Those nukes cost a shit ton of money. You know what? It's a market. It's a business. War is a business. It's all it ever will be.
It's about oil. It's about who has the most resources and all that stuff.
You know what? Throw the leaders in a ring together. Give them a pocket knife. Whoever walks out, they're the new leader.
Yeah.
That's how I strongly believe.
Elect presidents based on a purge mentality.
You know, it's funny because I would never go to somebody else's country ever to fight. So why should they come to mine?
Yeah.
Right? And that's exactly what happens is countries send their people into other countries for them. You don't have the right to be there. And if you're saving people and it's countries that are less fortunate, there's other ways to help than blowing the fuck up. Sorry, it's just my belief. I really hate war. I've had family members in the army, family members at war, family members die. You know, it's just not for me, man.
Yeah.
Ever. You?
Well, I think, Assad needs to die. I don't wish death on a lot of people, but I think everybody pretty unanimously who knows about it would say that Assad needs to die. I think he's punched his card enough to where he's earned one free death for all the deaths he's caused.
See, that's it's such a... Again, it's all politics, right?
Yeah.
One guy's death won't solve it.
Well, there's a difference between it being about politics and crimes against humanity.
Well, and that's it. Like you look at Bin Laden and you look at that. One guy's death. Did it stop anything?
No, of course not. It enraged other people and made them more. It kicked the hornet's nest.
Exactly,
right?
And you know what? That's all war ever did. From World War I to the Vietnam War to this, it's all the same thing. It'll never end with one person dying.
Yeah.
They could kill Trump. You think the next guy's going to step up and
Pence?
Stop?
No.
Right? It doesn't
Pence
matter.
might even be worse.
The thing is, it's all a business. You eliminate the competition financially. And that's what they do. They bomb certain things. They make it so that the top bidder has the money.
But yeah, no, I don't know how Pence would be, but that's true, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, war. I totally respect every single fucking person who goes over. But you know what? Until they're invading my country and they're in my backyard, then I'll pull up arms, man. Because you know what? They shouldn't be here, just like I shouldn't be here.
And you know what? On a smaller scale, those people shouldn't come from their yard and their property to fight on your property. And you shouldn't be allowed to go from your property to go stand on their property and fight them.
Exactly.
Right?
It's like the angry neighbor syndrome. You know what? Your dog pissed on my yard, so I'm going to let my dog shit on your yard. Right? And then I'm going to let my kids play in your yard and wreck your flowers. And I'm going to let, the neighbor's kids go. It's just, stop it.
Yeah.
It'll never stop. And it's a shame because a lot of people die for other people's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all kinds of shit.
It's funny. My grandfather was in the Second World War and he never talked about it until he was older because it bothered him that badly. And it's sad. Like how many of these people come back with shell shock and and they can't live normal lives because of it.
Yeah.
And do they get a pension? No. Do they get good benefits?
They get treated like lesser citizens.
Some of them do. Yeah. Some of them do, and that's the thing.
And the mental health in some countries and while in the States and Canada isn't up to par for what they need.
And that's it. You got to compare to everyone. That's exactly it. And you got to think other countries. You know, what are their systems like? Their after war funds like? It's terrible. It always has been, and I never ever support it, and I don't even like talking about it.
And one last thing about it before we close out for part one. We're going to make it another part, but I just need to put this out there is, you know, people wonder why, you know, an alarming amount, or not an alarming, but a good amount, it's definitely not zero, of people who come back from wars in the States and from other countries, people who come back from wars, they have, you know, some of them, not most, I don't want to say most, but some of them, you know, they commit crimes where they shoot people and they massacre people, and it's because the mental health facilities to deal with what they have. They don't understand what PTSD is. They don't understand that. And then they wonder, well, how could we have let these people get guns? How could we have let them sign up for all that stuff?
Well, that's the whole thing. They train them to go do this. How do they expect to come back and pump gas?
And you know, the person comes back not wanting to massacre people, but they're driven by it because of their PTSD and their problems, and they don't have the facilities and the abilities to understand what's wrong with them and help them, and that's how these tragedies happen.
You know, it's hilarious, and it's a really shitty comparison, but this is the only way I understand it. Remember the movie First Blood with Rambo?
Yeah.
Remember at the end of the movie, after he's done shooting everything up, breaking everything, he looked at the colonel and said, "I used to run $1 million pieces of equipment over there. I can't even get back here and hold a job pumping gas." That's what bothers me about war. Is, you know, how many people do all of this stuff, come back and have nothing? You know, or some people have everything. You know, like it's politics, and I fucking hate politics.
Yeah. Well,
all right,
politics for the loss. So we're gonna
Caitlyn Jenner's nude spread for the win.
No.
That's how we're ending this, folks. That's what you're gonna hear last is Caitlyn Jenner.
Well, until part 2, and then I'm sure you'll bring it up again.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Just stop. Okay, so this is the end of part 1. We'll put up a part 2 when we record it next. If you wanted to call, we'll open up the phone lines at the beginning of the next one, but it's only going to be about 20 or so minutes. So hopefully, you know, you'll get in. If not, we'll have another episode another time. So, yep, that's all for this one. And I hope we'll catch you in part 2. And for me, the OBG, the Chris, have a good one. And the boss man.
See you later, face.
All right. See you, buddies. Okay, bye.